Say hello to my little podcast.
Downloading the mind.
Welcome, my friend, to the Mastermind podcast. This is the episode 524, and this specifically is the mini series Downloading the Mind. In this mini series, this is the fourth episode, and in this mini series, basically, we are downloading the mind of people that have changed the history of humanity. Now, in this episode, we are going to start innovating our proposal. So we are going to start adding fictional characters as well, fictional characters that in a way transform humanity forever. And also, we are going to be downloading those minds for our own benefits and for the benefit of the world. So also, we're going to be downloading in the future the mind of organizations, businesses, nations, collective consciousness overall. So this downloading the mind show is becoming better and better with time. So I was about to talk Spanish. So subscribe if you like what you're gonna be uh, watching and hearing in this episode. My name is Dr. Derek Israel. I'm a clinical psychologist, entrepreneur, and podcaster, and I do this type of shows because I love it, and it's my passion understanding the human mind and sharing the wisdom and the nuggets with all the people that are interested as well in doing this kind of work in order to expand ourselves and to integrate this wisdom of others in our own mental software. So today we are going to download the mind of Tony what? Tony what? Tony what? Tony what? Yeah, baby. Tony Montana, aka Scarface. So I need to confess, I haven't watched this movie in my entire life until yesterday, and I am almost 30 years old. Yes, I know most people have seen this movie, but I didn't see it until yesterday. But I was so fascinated with this guy, and I was having so much psychological, spiritual, and social insights during the movie that I said, "Oh my God, I need to download this mind and I need to share it with the world." So I am kind of betting that you are already a fan of Scarface, so you kind of know who that guy is, that fictional character, that movie. I am referring specifically to the movie that was recorded in the 80s, not the one that was before that. Um, so if you haven't watched the movie, definitely you will be able to benefit from this podcast. But if you watch the movie, you will be better with a better context in order to integrate the information that I will share with you. So if you haven't watched the movie, hey, just watch it after this podcast. You will not regret. And if you already watch it again. Maybe you will recontextualize what it means for you and you will see it with new eyes after this download of the mind of Tony Montana. So let's go. What I will be doing is I will be give you 10 treasures of his mind, and I will give you at the end what I believe is one of the most powerful one as a bonus. So stay in until the end because maybe that bonus is the one that will click for you and change your entire life. So let's go. The first nugget about Tony Montana's mind is that you need to be a man of your word. And obviously, this applies for women, and obviously, this applies for intersexual individuals. But basically, what this means is whatever you say, you need to do, my friend. We are living in an epoch, we are living in a historical context, in a culture in which the word it is not valued so much anymore. You can lie, you can manipulate very easily, and no one is like accountable for this anymore. You don't need to be like this. If you are on business, if you are on politics, if you are in the leadership of the everyday life, dude, you need to be staying true to your word. Whatever you say, that is the law with L, with capital L, a metaphysical law. It is not only language, it is creative language. What is uh projecting out of your being, not is from your mouth, it is out of your being. When you talk, when you say something, you are making a spell into existence. You are making a statement into existence. And Tony Montana, whatever he said to do, he do it. All right, he do it. So stay true to your word and stick to it. The number two nugget is that you need to value truth over everything. In one of the lines of Tony Montana, he said something like, even when I lie, I am saying the truth. Even when I lie, I say the truth. The truth. What that means? Well, my friend, the truth is what is. The truth is what is real for you. Don't compromise that for anything in life. Not for money, not for women, not for men, not for approval, not for the university recognition, for your licensure, for whatever, man, for career. Whatever it is your truth, stick with that gun, because truth is God. And when you are merged with your truth, you are merged with God. You are merged with absolute power, absolute consciousness. So when you are away from your truth, when you are running away from your integrity, how do you feel? You feel very bad. You feel awful because you are betraying yourself. And self respect is self love. It is the same thing, it is the same mechanism. You cannot respect yourself if you don't love yourself. You cannot love yourself if you don't respect yourself. It is the same mechanism. So stay true and loyal to your truth, to what is real for you, even when you need to face head on consequences. The next nugget of Tony Montana is that you need to be attendant or conscious, like in the conscientiousness aspect, responsible, organized, alert. You need to be detailed, okay, with the small details in life. There is a scene in the movie in which he's counting money with another guy that they are doing businesses, and they were counting a lot of money, like 200,000, something like that, and they had a mistake, like the number didn't match. So Tony Montana said, okay, we are missing 100, we are missing $1,000. And the other guy said, oh, come on, Tony, you can, we already counted, take it. And he said, no, no, man, $1,000 is a lot, let's count it again. And the other guy said, oh, okay, forget it, I can lose that. Let's just proceed with the deal. But just notice what Tony Montana did here. He didn't escape, he didn't let escape even $1. Not even $1 is out of his mind, out of his consciousness, out of his organization. Are you like that, my friend, with your money, with your finances, with your social media, with your comments in your post, with your fitness? Are you that oriented to details? We are living in a life that we are overestimating the big picture sometimes, and we are underestimating the small details. So, hey, I am a huge fan of the big picture. Don't get me wrong. The big picture, holism, system thinking, seeing the whole, the gestalt, as in psychology it is known, hey, that is a superpower. And most people, they don't even have that. But you need to balance that big picture and big thinking, big picture thinking, and strategizing with small details, with conscientiousness. That in the end of the day, it is the scientific trait of personality that most predict success. Conscientiousness, the ability to be organized. That is in the theory of the big five traits of personality, if you want more information. But it's very, very, very approved scientifically. Hey, if you are enjoying this downloading the mind, remember this is the fourth episode. I have Elon Musk. I download his mind. I download the mind of Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, and I download the mind of Tony Robbins, the best coach of history in humanity. So if you want also to download those minds, go to the link below. There you will see the reproduction list for this, only this sub series, and you will be able to catch every episode. So the next nugget from Tony Montana's mind is that if you want to give orders, you need to have balls. That's it. If you want to give orders, you need to have balls. And he said exactly those words. This is a quote. Okay, this is verbatim from Tony Montana himself, the character, all right, the hero of that movie. And hey, before you are saying, oh my God, man, he was a drug dealer, he was not a hero. Of course, of course, that if we interpret the movie from a moral, like a very conservative moral lens, it's gonna be awful. But hey, this is just art. For me, Tony Montana is just a character. He's portraying a truth. Yeah, crime exists, mafia exists, drug crimes exists. But at the end of the day, for us to represent existence, it is not bad. I will not pass my judgment on that. So for me, this is art. For me, this is a movie. So I am not saying that you need to become a drug dealer. I am just saying that this is an art-based character with a very powerful mind. Let's download and see. Let's download that mind and see what happens. So obviously, when we are referring to balls, we are not referring to biological balls. Okay, we are referring to courage. Balls is a very obsolete kind of way to say it. I use it, I sometimes use it because for me is a good representation, and in the psychological makeup of men, it represents very powerfully what bravery it is supposed to be, what courage it is supposed to be. I know that sometimes it can become very toxic, and toxic masculinity that exists, also toxic femininity that also exists. I am not saying that in a very toxic way. I am just saying that if you want to be a leader, if you want others to hear you, to respect you, hey, you need to have bravery. You need to be bold. You need to go all in. You cannot be timid and shy. Fortune only favors the bold. So be like Scarface, be like Tony Montana. And when you are giving orders, give it with a lot of bravery behind it, with a lot of courage, and not only with words, but with action and with power behind your orders. The fifth nugget is that you need to go straight to the top. Straight to the top. And he said it when one time he was saying to the one that he married with that character, with that woman, and he said to her, hey, I'm going straight to the top, woman. And that is a quite of beautiful mindset, because sometimes we enter in a certain dimension, like in an industry, or maybe a job, or maybe a school, or maybe a type of club. And hey, we are kind of doubting ourselves if we are gonna be good enough. And we have this guy, he's an immigrant, he's a criminal, and he's thinking, no, 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 I am not gonna stay low profile. I'm not gonna stay low key. I'm gonna be directly in the top. I'm gonna assume the top of the hierarchy. And that is a very competitive and a very powerful driving thought. And that is an attitude, and that is a way of life. And I don't promote going to the top by hurting others or killing others or being a manipulator. No, no, no. But I promote going to the top if you are highly competitive, if you have a high sense of drive and competition and getting better and getting stronger and going for your most ambitious thought, if you are like that, not necessarily giving others, to other people, like being violent with them or giving them bad vibe. No, no, no. By you being the best vibe that you can be, by you being the best being that you can be, you can actually and also reach the top. It is your duty. It is your duty to be on the top. And he knew that. Tony Montana knew that from day one. And he just climbed the ladder. That's it. It is your ladder, man. This is your game, my friend. Climb the ladder. Assume the space. Own the space. Own the space. The next treasure is that you need to use the energy of the underdog to conquer. In his case, he was an immigrant, and I don't know where you live. I live in United States, and I am a United States citizen because I am from Puerto Rico. But I cannot imagine how it will be to be here being an immigrant. I know so many people here that is like that, patients that I have known working in psychology here, clients, and hey, they are underestimated, they are stereotyped, they, people discriminate against them. There are systems in place for these people sometimes to fall on their back. Also, there are systems in place to help them. United States have both good and bad. But what I mean is that whatever it is your underdog energy, whatever is that part of you that people will underestimate you for, that use that as your core source of energy to conquer, my friend. That is your duty right there. Maybe for you is that you have problems with language, or maybe for you is that you have small arms, or you are short, or you are overweight, or you are a little bit slow in your intelligence. I don't care what it is for you. You know what it is. But I want you to use that as fuel for being your greatest self for now on, because either that destroys you or that makes you. That's it, my friend. Simple as that. Next nugget: don't settle for less after you uh, reach a big transition in your life. In other words, stay hungry. In one of the scenes in the beginning of the movie, they were working on like in a small restaurant or a fast food, something like that. And Tony Montana was washing the dishes, and he said to his friend, "Man, I didn't came all the way from Cuba to United States to clean dishes, man. I did. I will not stay like this." Okay, so what that means, that you cannot conform. And when you have transitions, for example, you move from United States to another country, or from another country to a United States, or maybe you got a divorce, that is a transition. Maybe you became a parent for the first time. Maybe you went to the university for the first time. Whenever you have a transition, you will experience a state of shock, right? And that state of shock, it is a time in which your brain is trying to adjust, is trying to calibrate the adjustments, the parameters, for you to be successful in that environment. And in those times, you will not have a lot of energy to become better, to explode your ultimate capacity. But that is for only a few weeks. After you get the basics right, you need to go hungry again. Don't lose that hunger because, oh yeah, I finally made it. I feel established. I feel secured. I feel good now. No, 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 man. That is the worst belief attitude that you can have in your life. You need to stay hungry. You need to stay unsatisfied forever. And yes, that is desire. That yes, that have an ego element, but spiritualize also that. Become one with God through your desire. That is also possible because God have a will have a certain content. So respect that content. Respect what your will want. Respect and love and follow and stay truth to whatever your ultimate desire is driving towards, driving you towards. All right. So that is very, very, very important. After big transitions, go big again. Stay hungry forever. Never settle. Never settle. And in the end of the movie, he said to his friend, man, we are getting sloppy. We are getting soft. And then he died. Well, I don't want to give you the spoilers. I already did. Um, but that is so true. When we reach a certain level of success, we get soft. We get soft. We forget about our sense of survival. We forget about our deepest why we are doing this, why we are conquering the world, why we are forming this business, why we are driving this message. Never forget that, my friend. Stay hungry. The next treasure of Tony Montana's mind is that you need to be very careful with the me psychology. Me, I did it. Who did it? Me. In one of the scenes, he said, who put this all together? Me. Who did this? Me. I. Every time. It's all around himself. Now, this is a warning. You can learn from people what things you want to be like and what things you need to, you know, get away from. And this is one of those nuggets in his mind that you want to get away from. Whenever you are feeling that you are thinking that everything that you have is by your own, be careful, man. Be careful because you have partners, you have people that is supporting you. There's other businesses that are working with you, your bank, your lawyer, your accountant. You are interconnected infinitely with other networks, and you are a system that is open systems. And when you have systems that are open, those systems, the boundaries are open, and therefore they can manipulate themselves, each other. They can influence each other in complex ways. And you have been so much directly influenced by other systems that you can never say this is by my own. Because even if you are very lonely, you have a society that is helping you. You have internet. You have an economic system that is working with you. You have a government. It may be a very bad government, but at least they are trying to do something here, something there. So you have systems around you. Never lose yourself in the almighty sense that is just your ego getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then will explode in your face, if you know what I mean. And you know what I mean because you have been there. I have been there also. The next nugget is that um you need to be lethal, but at the same time compassionate. What I mean by that, in one of the scenes, he killed two guys very lethally, but one of the guys he let it live, and he said not only he let it live, he said, "You want to work with me?" And he gave a job to that guy, and that guy was faithful with him forever, was faithful to him forever. And that is a very powerful statement. Like, be lethal. I am not saying you need to kill people. Please do not be crazy. You need to understand the metaphor. The metaphor about being lethal is that you need to be direct, you need to be effective in life, you need to be lethal in your goals in life, you need to be penetrating, you need to be powerful, you need to be almighty whenever you are taking a decision, making a movement. You need to go all in, but at the same time, do not forget that you need to treat others with compassion, because that is what a king or a queen do. a king or a queen, and Machiavelli talks about this in The Prince, in the book The Prince. You cannot be very bad all the time because people will hate you. And if people hate you, they will rebel against you. So you want to treat people with compassion, also with empathy, with solidarity, with kindness, also being lethal and also being real. It's a good combination. And Tony Montana, he combined those traits good in the movie. And the last, before the bonus, and the most important one, the last treasure of Tony Montana's mind is that you need to embrace fully your identity and be real. Okay? You need to embrace fully your identity. If you know, if you watch the movie, he has a very strange accent, just like mine. But when I start talking English here in the podcast, I was like, oh man, I'm struggling. He's not struggling. He knows that he has a strange accent, but for him, that is his true identity. So he do it with his whole core, with his whole soul, because it's his authenticity. He's not hiding that in any way. So he doesn't care what you think about him. For him, it's more important to be authentic and real and vertical with his own uniqueness. So I want you to think about, man, what makes you your own? What makes you unique, so special? And I want you to make that your most saved and protected treasure. And I need you to capitalize with that, man. Because when you get overpowered, and empowered with your own weaknesses, oh man, you are dangerous. You're a dangerous man, a dangerous woman, a dangerous intersexual. So, man, get empowered by your own authenticity. And I promise you that I have a bonus one, and here it is. But before I say it, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Dr. Derek Israel, just subscribe, man. I am doing this Downloading the Mind, and I am doing more podcasts about personal development, human psychology, spiritual expansion, business, marketing, everything. So check my channel. It's bilingual, Spanish and English, and subscribe if you want. And the bonus one is when people think, oh man, let me say it slowly. Let me say it slowly. When people think that you are down, grab your biggest weapon and say hello to my little friend. My friend, and that's it. I don't need to explain that one. When you are down, take your biggest weapon and say hello to my little friend. If you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. This was Dr. Derek Israel. This is Downloading the Mind. Please subscribe. Also, we are active on Patreon. If you want to donate only $5 per month, you can help this free podcast to transform millions of lives around the world. This is the Dr. Derek Israel. Subscribe to my channel. And remember that everything in store, the courses, the books, the consultant, the therapy, very soon, the coaching, everything in store is in derekisrael.com. The link is in the description. I want you there, my friend. Take care, and I see you in